Hey everybody, this is Dawn Vandeman. I am a director with Epicure. I've been with Epicure for 2 years. Just April 20th was my 2-year anniversary. And I am so excited to come here and explain a little bit about Epicure, make sure you guys understand why we're such a different company, and also to tell you why it's just the most amazing company to either be a host or a consultant with. So a little bit of background about Epicure. We have been around for 25 plus years in Canada, 2 years in the United States, and it is growing like crazy because there's nothing else like us in all of the United States at all. We just got back from a conference where there was Harvard dietitians and nutritionists who said that there's nothing that is on the market in the United States that can touch the quality of our product, the dietetic consistencies with low sugar, low sodium, and making sure that you guys have really good tasting food. So a little bit about me. My background is in criminal justice and social work. I wanted to be Clarice Starling, Silence of the Lambs. I did not intend to be a Spice Girl. And life kind of happened, and I wanted to have the ability to watch my kids grow up and now watch my grandson grow up. And so having a flexible job was just really crucial for me. And I am super grateful that I came across Epicure when I did. Even though I've got lots of experience with direct sales and I've run cars and trips and all those things that successful people do in direct sales, I've never had a passion like I do for this, just because it's bringing everybody to the table. It's giving everybody who's here, who's watching me talk, the chance to eat without having tons of dishes to do, without having to go through the drive-through. All of our recipes are raw to ready in about 25 minutes at the most, and it's just really good food. Yes, I know you have seasonings at home. Yes, I know that you have cooked before, but I have a dad who was a published cookbook author, owned some restaurants in our family. My grandfather came from a long line of bakers, and I wish they were alive now to say, hey, you don't have to have all that salt and sugar as a flavor vessel like we think we do. I used an example to a lot of people that you've had steak and you've had hamburger, and those two things don't taste the same, right? For hamburger, you're always putting salt and sugar as a flavor vessel. Mustard, ketchup, barbecue sauce, cheese curds, you name it. Everything goes onto a burger to try to give it flavor. And yet a good piece of steak is a good piece of steak, and you don't have to have all that salt and sugar as a flavor vessel. Same thing with spices. When you use good quality spices, good quality ingredients, salt and sugar doesn't have to be the number one item listed. And so you're going to notice on our products that maltodextrin and a lot of different fillers aren't listed. Salt and sugar is very minimal if there is any salt. Most of our seasonings have no salt. And you're going to find that you can have really good food that your family's going to like in 20 minutes without all the garbage in it. My husband's down almost 100 pounds. I'm down over 60, and we still eat spaghetti and beef stroganoff and all those things that you grew up eating. It just is a matter of the ingredients that are going in it. Doesn't have to be that crazy. So let's talk about our seasonings a little bit. We've got 3 different size jars. The first one is an octagonal. This is one of my favorites. This is guacamole. And I'm gonna show you guys in here how big those particles are. So same thing with that steak and hamburger reference point. When you use big particles of meat, you don't have to have all that salt and sugar. And same thing when you use a really good quality ingredient, you don't have to have all that salt and sugar. Guacamole, if you don't like it, I don't care. This is the best all-purpose seasoning for sure. Potatoes, chicken, rice, popcorn, you name it. Most people don't like avocado if they say they don't like guacamole. It's not about the actual guacamole seasoning. So this is a must-have in my opinion for your kitchen. And again, these octagonal jars are just a lot of times dip mixes, but you can use them for absolutely anything that you want. Next up is our Cuban mojo. This is a new one for summer. It's one of our tall jars. When you get our jars, it's going to have the ingredients and some recipes already on it, and it's going to have all obviously the nutritional information. And then last but not least, I'm not lying to you when I say I use this all the time. I'm sharing with you an empty jar. About once a month I go through this. This is our roasted garlic aioli. This is one of our small jars that we have, and the roasted garlic aioli is fantastic to use as a replacement for garlic powder, or you can add it to some mayo and have the best BLTs or anything else in your life. Now, I know some products are going to be, that you might go look at, might be not available to purchase. Like I think the guacamole was on low inventory this morning. If we can't source something and have it ready to ship out within about a week, we won't let you buy it. We're not a company like a lot of others out there that's like, oh yeah, buy it and you're gonna get it in 6 months. Usually it's back on and within a couple days, maybe a week at most. So if you see something that's not available, it's in the catalog, say, hey, I can't get this, and I'll make sure to put you on the list to get a hold of you as soon as it's back. But I really appreciate that about Epicure, that again, we're not going to hold on to your money. We're only going to let you purchase what we can ship out right away. All right, another few things. This is a reminder for me to tell you about our teas that we have. Our teas are fabulous. We have a pink tea now, we've got a hibiscus tea, and then we have this blue butterfly tea. And you guys, I'm telling you, the teas are amazing. They smell great, and they don't have caffeine. So good. The blue butterfly is like my favorite thing of summer. When you steep it and then you add a little bit of lemon juice to it, it gradiates from blue to pink. It's beautiful. I'm 50. I don't care if I sound corny. It is amazing to have. And you can add champagne or vodka to it if you want to have an alcoholic drink, but pour it over ice and it tastes kind of like blue cotton candy and blue slushy. It's fabulous. Let's talk about our seasoning sachets. We've got a few different ones. Anytime you order a main meal, so the coconut curry mussel is one for summer. I hate mussels. I am not a seafood fan in the slightest, but this is fantastic over rice, veggies, chicken, shrimp. Some friends has said too on top of mussels. So you can use it for anything. You can always change out our protein sources, and you can also change out the liquid. So for our mac and cheese, I like it with chicken broth instead of using milk with it. It's going to tell you on the back what to do. On this side over here, anything in bold is what you need to add. And again, it's usually maybe 3 to 5 at max pieces that you need to add to it, kind of like a Hamburger Helper 2.0. Most of them have 2 to 3, and it's easy peasy stuff, and you've got a full meal ready to go in 20 minutes or so, and you don't have to go through McDonald's. They come in sets of 3. And then there's also like big groupings that you can have some trial samples and like a 30-day meal set or something like that that you can, they've got a few different ones out there that you can try, just a few of them. Then there is the berry swirl. This is one of the new ones for summer. I'm so excited about. Again, explanation on one side, your ingredients, and the nutritional information on the other. Our desserts always come in sets of 2. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about our cookware, things that you need to have. One of the most exciting things that's in our starter kit is this multi-purpose steamer. You can, in the summertime, do corn on the cob, just cut off the ends, leave the husk and silk on it, and in 5 minutes you've got corn ready to go. You can do a whole chicken in here in 18 minutes, and this can go, because again, our stuff is manufactured in Canada, it has to be commercial grade. So you can see I'm pushing on it and it's not turning white in the center. That means there's no fillers in it. So it can go oven, microwave, dishwasher. It does have this rack. You can do bacon in here, 4 to 5 minutes. It's not like the 1985 microwave bacon piece where anything got flubbery and it still was just kind of gross. And I know a lot of people say they're baking their bacon in the oven now on a sheet pan, but you're still just literally saturating everything you have in the grease, where this rack is going to allow all the grease to go to the bottom, easy cleanup, and nothing sticks to it. So this is our multi-purpose steamer. You can do meat and veggies. It's amazing, just amazing. Our purpleware, as we call it. Anything that we have has a steel rod tip to tang. It's not going to bend. It's not going to break off in your spaghetti sauce. It's not going to stain. All my friends in Epicure said this is the #1 thing that they hide from their kids when they move out, because everybody wants their purpleware. And speaking of that, I have our sheet pan liner and a brand new sheet pan I just got. Because when I started, I was like, okay, really, how great are the sheet pans? They're awesome. They're insulated better. Things cook faster and more evenly than I've ever had on like Target sheet pans or Pick a Place. But this sheet pan liner, you guys, I've been cooking with Silpats for a long time, those silicone pats, but I never had it where something had a lip all the way around it, an edge all the way. So when you're making ribs or something in there, you don't have to worry about it not only not sticking to the cookware that you're on, but it also isn't going to go in and around into the cookware. So a lot of times, yes, your ribs aren't going to stick to your sheet pan, but all the grease from the ribs you still have to scrub off later. With this, with that lip, you don't have to. And last but not least, one of my very favorite pieces is our roll-up rack. It's got steel bars inside it. If you can hear that, it is fabulous. I'll put this up here how you can see it. I mean, literally, it's huge. And you can use it for a variety of things. You can put it above your sink, like mine right over there, and you can stretch it out so that you can wash your fruits and vegetables and your chicken and all that stuff on there. You can use it as a big trivet. People with apartments or campers, this is the #1 seller all summer. You need this in your life. I'm like, okay, I have a normal size house, nothing huge, but nothing too small, pretty good room in my kitchen, and I find I use it all the time as a dish rack, you name it. But it's so nice to get your vegetables on there and your fruit when you get home and just wash it off, and then it can stay there so I'm not getting paper towels out and making a big mess everywhere. All right, that's about the Epicure product. And last but not least, I'm going to tell you a few things about why you should consider hosting your own Epicure cooking class. We use the term cooking class or party interchangeably. You can have it in person, you can have it online just like this one. You can choose to have a hybrid where some in person, some online. And we can also share like an email or a message that you can just send out to people if you don't want to have anything over a few days. We make sure that we're having it flexible for you so you can be successful and knock out some of those grocery bills over the summer and continuing on, and also make sure that you have real food really fast for your family. And if you're somebody who is like most of us in life that says, hey, I'm not ready for retirement, hey, those diapers are getting really expensive, hey, kids are getting really expensive, groceries are going up, you've got extra gas expenses. If you're like the rest of the world and saying, how am I going to make sure that I get to do the things that I want and still pay for the things that I need, please reach out to me and let me know how I can answer some questions for you. I'm happy to have a chat and just give you some info. I promise it's just a conversation. There's no commitment. But this is the best thing that I've ever been a part of. And I, like I said, have been a part of a lot of direct sales companies. Within 2 months, I was making over $6,000 a month. I know people who make $500 because they don't need as much. Some people make $50 because they just want coffee money. And one of my dearest friends made over $40,000 last month in this business. And so when I say to you, it is life-changing money, whatever it is possible for you to need, I'm here to make sure that you have it. I'm one of the very best in the business for building and for sponsoring, and I'm really proud of our team that we all work together to make sure that you have all your needs met. And this isn't a burden, this is just an excitement to add to your pocketbook, to your bank account, and to your family. I want it to be a blessing. So let me know if I can get you some free groceries on the host end, or if I can help you get some free groceries and some extra money for your family. I would love to have you be part of our community and however it fits best for you. Bye, guys.